Hey, good morning, Choice Residential. Hope your day is off to a great start. So, today I want to talk about missing every shot that you never take. So, a common call that we get from agents is when they are in the middle of negotiating repairs, and especially if they're on the listing side, and maybe the buyer agent sends over a request for a seller credit or repair credit that is much larger than what the listing agent thinks it should be and thinks it's ridiculous. And they call us to explain why it's ridiculous, and why that number should be much lower. Maybe the request came in at $10,000 and the seller and the listing agent think it should be more like $1,500. And so there's this wide gap. But here's the reality that I want you as an agent to remember and help your clients, whether you're on the buy side or the sell side, when you're getting a response or an initial request from the other party in the transaction. I want you to help your client remember that they are, in fact, on the other side of the transaction. Maybe they're trying to be fair, or maybe they're just trying to get as much as they can, because, well, that's their perspective in the transaction. Doesn't mean that they won't come down. It doesn't mean that number that they've given you is their bottom line, or even that they think it's fair, but they don't know what you're thinking. So if they don't ask for that number, they have no chance to get it. Now, in the real world, sometimes that can have very real consequences on the final outcome of the negotiation because you can upset the other side. But what I want you to focus on as the agent involved in the transaction is helping everybody remain calm. If you get really worked up because you think that an unreasonable request has come from the other side, well, then certainly your client is likely to get worked up as well. Chances are they're going to be worked up anyway. So your job is to walk them back off the ledge and remind them that we're trying to get to an ultimate goal for them. And getting to that goal of selling their house or buying a house, that's not always a straight line. There is negotiation. Sometimes there is friction in the transaction, but remind them that your job is to help them get to their final goal, and don't cut off their nose to spite their face. So don't get upset at the other side, and that cause you to put yourself in a bad position. So remember the phrase, you miss every shot you don't take. So be okay with the fact that the other side might be taking their shot. They might be coming with a larger number or a lower number than what you think is fair and reasonable and equitable. But that's okay. They don't know how you're going to react to it unless they make the request. So stay calm, help your client evaluate that request, evaluate a measured and smart response to try to get to their end goal, and keep moving through as professionals. You and the other agent shouldn't be fighting as though it's your money in your house. Remember, you're just the professional. You're just the broker facilitating the transaction. Yes, you represent your client's best interests, but that doesn't mean you have to get upset and emotionally charged the way that the client is likely to during the transaction. In fact, think of it like two attorneys who are battling it out in court. There's a very good chance they could be friends outside of the courtroom. So nothing that happens inside of those doors are they going to take personal. They have a job to do. They're going to do it to the best of their ability, but don't take it personally. So keep that perspective in mind of why the other side might be sending something that you don't agree with. Don't get upset, stay calm, negotiate terms for your client, and you'll get ultimately the outcome that you're hoping for. Hopefully this resonates with some of you and helps as you are negotiating your next deal. As always, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out, comments, put them below, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.